What's up, Applecore? How you guys doing? Let's go ahead and jump right into our brand new arena series. We're going to construct the deck. We're going to talk about why each card is better, value analysis. We're going to cover situational picks, all that good stuff. Let's go ahead and get right into it. Alright, we're going to pay with gold because we have plenty. Ooh, Mage, Shaman, or Priest? You know what, just for fun, I think we're gonna pick Shaman. Because we already did a Mage Arena series, so let's do something different, right? Every time we get a chance to do something different, let's do it, just to show you guys some more perspective. And, yeah, so just in case in the future, if you guys are faced with any class, you can always come back to these videos and refer to each one of them, and use them as a guide. So, let's see, Ancient Mage, Ravenhold, or Twilight Drake. Twilight Drake is really good value, especially if we get a lot of card draw mechanics, because it gains more health for each card in our hand. It's a little early on to know if we're going to get it or not, but either way, standalone value. Twilight Drake is really good. Yeah, we're going to go with Twilight Drake here. It's also, remember, top priority at the beginning of the arena is to establish our 2 through 4 drop solid creature base if possible. So 4 drop takes priority over everything else. And Ancient Mage is not a reliable pick, so. Alright, Lightning Bolt, Fen Creeper, Direwolf, Alpha. Lightning Bolt is one of the best removal spells in the game, even though I really want to get our solid creature base set up with the Direwolf. Standalone value, the Direwolf is only 2 for 2/2. Most 2 drops have 3 attack, so this does not trade favorably with something like a 2/3. In which case we are going to go with the Lightning Bolt removal. On a Shaman, I always prioritize Lightning Bolt. It's the same thing pretty much as the Eviscerate, Deadly Poison priority for a Rogue. Alright, so now that we have the Direwolf with these 2 picks, a Whisper, Shield Bearer, we're going to go with the Direwolf. These other 2 guys just don't do enough just by themselves, so. Oh wow. Lava Burst, Lightning Storm, or Monotide. All 3 of these cards are really, really good. But the Lightning Storm is probably the best here. AoE clear and removal with a Shaman always takes priority, so we're going to go with that. At least until we have 2 Lightning Storms, and then we can consider other options when we're left with a pick like that. Alright, so let's go with the Lightning Bolt here. Once again, same thing as the Deadly Poison Eviscerate priority. Neither of these guys are really worth considering. Alright, Windspeaker, Rockbiter, Earthen Ring. This one's pretty tough. Rockbiter is also one of the best removal spells in the game, along with Lightning Bolt. Although Lightning Bolt is better because you don't need a creature or your face to cast it on. You know what? We don't have... Our solid creature base is looking kind of weak. We only have 1 Direwolf and 1 Twilight Drake. I think at this point in time, to make sure we have something to play, we are going to pick the Earthen Ring Farseer. Wow, nice. Okay, Stranglethorn, Fire Ellie, or Forked Lightning. It's between Forked Lightning and Fire Ellie, although Stranglethorn is really solid value because it has stealth and it's the golden rule, 5 for 5/5. The Fire Ellie Battle Cry for 3 damage is just so powerful though, and it almost fits the golden rule along with the 3 damage. So Fire Ellie is definitely the way to go. South Sea Spellbreaker or Ogre Magi. South Sea, if we do have Stormforged axes, if we had the weapons, South Sea would be worth considering, but we don't at this point in the draft, so I would not consider him. Once again, 2 through 4 drops take priority, so these 2 guys are our main priority. We do have a Lightning Storm and 2 Lightning Bolts, so spell power could be really good. At the same time, though, Silence Utility is also really good to get us through taunt creatures, and just silence in general against things like Twilight Drake if we do face them is really good. So we're going to get the Silence Utility right now over the spell power, despite having 3 spells already. Okay, Forked Lightning, Bloodsail, or Ironforged Rifleman. We are fairly likely to get an Ironforged Rifle, or sorry, a Stormforged Axe. We're likely to get a Stormforged Axe. Hopefully. We can't bank on it, but we can hope that we are likely to. Probability is in our favor to get at least 1. So Bloodsail Raider could be decent. However, Forked Lightning is the best standalone value here. You know, it's not situational. It will always deal 2 damage to 2 random enemies. And if there's only 2 creatures on the board, you can kind of control the RNG and eliminate creatures to decide which 2 it deals it to. So we are going to pick up one Forked Lightning. And now that we... Oh, nice. So like I was saying earlier, AoE clear, Lightning Storm is so good. Even though both of these cards are really awesome, we are going to pick the Lightning Storm until we have 2, and then we can deviate from that. So we have our AoE clear to bring us back into the game and equalize it if need be. Okay, Flame Tongue, Earthshock, or Abusive Sergeant. This is a pretty tough one. Earthshock is one of the best removals in the game, similar to Lightning, the Storm, the Bolt, and the Forked. Abusive is excellent for favorable trading. The +2 damage is so crucial sometimes. Flame Tongue Totem is also the same as Abusive. It just costs 1 more, essentially, if you place it next to a creature. It also has a longer lasting effect. It's not just 1 turn. Man, I really would like to pick up just 1 Earthshock, though, before we get this solid creature base going. But you know what? I think it's more important to get the creature base, or it's more important to have something to throw out on the board. Man, this is rough. We could make a spell power deck if we go with the Earthshock. This is one of the hardest picks I've had to face at this point in the draft. We already do have 1 silence, but it costs a lot. Oh, this is so hard. Okay, we're gonna go with the Earthshock. It's 1 damage, it's one of the best removals. It's cheaper and more effective, so we're gonna go with the Earthshock. Okay, Raid Leader, Fire Ellie, or Hex. Wow, this is also an extremely hard pick. It's between Fire Ellie and Hex. Fire Ellie is so amazing, but you know what? Hex is one of those crucial cards that we absolutely need to deal with really big creatures. Man, and if we don't have a Hex, we could flat out lose in some situations. Man, this is so difficult. Why are we getting faced with these picks, man? Alright, let's just go with Hex. So we do have that removal in those situations. So, okay, creature base. Back to the creature base. So it's between Razorfen or Earthen Ring. We already have an Earthen Ring. I think Razorfen, well, I think Earthen Ring is still the better pick here because of the healing effect. If we get a lot of large minions like the Twilight Drake and the Fire Ellie that we can heal, also our face, we can heal ourselves, our hero, I think Earthen Ring is the best one here. Wow, Iron Fur, Hex, or Lightning Bolt. Well, I think Hex, I treat it kind of like the Lightning Storm thing, where until you get 2 of them, you always first pick it. Same thing with Lightning Bolt, but we already have 2 Lightning Bolts, we already have 2 Lightning Storms, so let's get a second Hex. And now we are solid on our spells, and we need creatures. And it's a good thing that we have creatures here. So we have a 6-drop, 2 4-drops, 2 3-drops, and 1 2-drop. This is really tough. We have a lot of early game removal, so it might be justifiable to go with the Ogre if we do make it to late game, but Razorfen Hunter would make sure that we don't die. Really tough call. At this point in time, let's go with the Razorfen. It's more important to curve our deck earlier to make sure we live long enough to play those cards, and I'm glad I did, because it looks like we're going to be picking Silverhand Knight. Even though 3 Lightning Bolts would be really awesome to guarantee that we can always clear the board, I think standalone value Silverhand Knight is amazing. It's 5 mana for 6/6 worth of stats because of the 2/2 that's summoned. Really hard in this one. Lightning Bolt is just so good, but we have too many spells. We need creatures, so we're going to go with the Silverhand Knight. Wow, another Lightning Bolt. Oh man, we have so much overload. We have 2 Lightning Storms, 2 Lightning Bolts, and a Forked Lightning. We are definitely picking the Unbound Elemental right now, rather than another Lightning Bolt, so we have something to use for all of this overload. Okay, Voodoo, Tauren Warrior, or Totemic Might. Wow, these picks are really not very good. Voodoo Doctor at least trades favorably on turn 2 with 3 damage, 2 health minions. Whereas Tauren Warrior trades unfavorably with other 3-drops with only 2 health. Or sorry, only 2 attack. He dies to things like Earthen Ring Farseer for free. So I think we're actually going to go with the Voodoo Doctor here. Okay, Brewmaster, Murloc Raider, or Southsea Deckhand. We only have 1 solid standalone 2-drop, so we are going to play the Youthful Brewmaster, definitely. No-brainer here. We need that early creature base. Okay, Stampeding Kodo and Master Violet Teacher. Wow. With this many spells, 2, 4, 6, 7, with 8 spells, we are definitely going to get the Violet Teacher. No thought about it. The synergy in this deck is insane. We're going for it. Almost 1/3 of our deck is spells. Oh wow, Doomhammer, Faceless Manip, or Hungry Crab. Doomhammer is guaranteed board control almost, but you're going to take a ton of damage. Faceless Manip is really good, although slightly situational and slightly higher variance than Doomhammer. You know what Doomhammer is going to do. You don't know if you're always going to be in a good situation to play Faceless Manip. You might not be. It's high risk, high reward if we go with a Manipulator. It's just a generally all-around solid pick if we go with Doomhammer. Crab is not worth considering. So we'll go with the solid, safe play with Doomhammer, even though we are going to take a lot of damage if we use it. Wow. So let's look at this. We have no card draw mechanics yet. We have 0 card draw mechanics. Even though I would really like to pick the Bloodlust, I don't think I can. I have to get card draw at this point. There's only 9 cards left in our deck. We need the Acolyte of Pain. Desperately. Okay, Boulder Fist, Magma, or Acidic Swamp Ooze. Our curve is insane, also. Our curve is really crazy looking. This is pretty standard for Shaman, though, to spike on 3 drops. Okay, Swamp Ooze, Rager, or Boulder Fist. Considering we only have one other 6-drop, I think we're going to go with Boulder Fist Ogre for more late game. We have so much early game removal, and we have 2 2-drops and 2 hexes. Yeah, we're going to go with the Boulder Fist, definitely. Wow, another Unbound Elemental, yes. Instant pick this over anything else, especially with all of these spells. Let's do it. Wow, with 2 Unbound Elementals, you know what, let's pick up a 3rd Lightning Bolt. And also, these guys are not very good standalone. They're very situational. You need to have something like double Rockbiter Weapon to make Dragonhawk good, and it also needs to survive the turn with only 1 health. Ancestral Healing as well, you need to have a creature on the board to play it. Lightning Bolt, you don't need anything. And we also have 2 Unbounds, let's do this. The Overload effect from the Lightning Bolt buffs the Unbound Elemental and gives it +1/+1, so that's amazing. Nice. We really need more solid 2-drops between Fairy Dragon and Mad Bomber. Mad Bomber could be devastating if we get the right RNG. Fairy Dragon's standalone value is definitely much better though. But Mad Bomber is way more fun. Ooh, this is a tough call. Mad Bomber could also be devastating if they play something like Leper Gnome on turn 1, Mad Bomber turn 2 to kill it for free. Yeah, we're gonna go with the Bomber here. Alright. That pick was kind of like a fun pick, you know, because I'm doing it for you guys. Normally, I probably would have picked the Fairy Dragon for more reliable value, but Mad Bomber is also really good. It can be excellent, but yeah, it's mostly for fun. Alright, so Dark Iron Dwarf, Goldshire Footman, Wolf Rider. So what I'm saying is, if you're doing an arena draft and you're not very comfortable, pick the Fairy Dragon. Alright, Dark Iron, Wolf Rider, Goldshire. Considering we only have, well, we have 2 good standalone 4-drops, the Spellbreaker is situational. I think we're going to go with the Dark Iron Dwarf here. Definitely. The favorable trading and the golden rule 4 for 4/4 is still really good, so let's do that. Nice. Card draw mechanic. Instantly pick the card draw mechanic. We only have an Acolyte of Pain. We need more card draw. Okay, Earthshock, Southseer, Bloodsail. We do have 1 weapon, but that's not enough to justify these guys. Although we do need more 2-drops to guarantee we have something to play on turn 2, so we are going to pick the Bloodsail Raider. Not because of the Doomhammer, just because we need a 2-drop to play on turn 2. That's the only reason. We also have too many spells. We need more creatures, so we cannot go with the Earthshock, because we only have 1 Violet Teacher. That's the only synergy we have. So. Wow. Another Doomhammer, a Blood Knight, or a Murloc War Leader. Oh man. This is crazy. If we pick another Doomhammer, unfortunately we didn't pick up the Rockbiter earlier because we wanted to, it wasn't a good pick at the time so early in the draft. We could pick a second Doomhammer, but that would be really, really risky. We would take a ton of damage, possibly, if we don't have board control, that is. Blood Knight actually can be really devastating in Arena, and we only have 3, 4, 5. Actually, we have a lot of really good 3-drops to play. But you know what? Blood Knight is really good. It's really good. I would even consider picking it over Doomhammer. I really don't think Doomhammer is that great. I know it looks fancy, it's an epic, but having Wind Fury with only 2 damage sometimes, if you're killing a 4 health minion with it, that means you're compounding the damage of that minion twice in a row, and it's hitting you in the face twice, which is not good. That's more value for them, in my opinion, unless you desperately need to clear it to keep board control. So if you're low on health, Doomhammer is not good at all. So you know what? We're going to go with Blood Knight, because in Arena, a lot of people pick Divine Shield minions like Argent Squire and Scarlet Crusader because they're such high value. So Blood Knight counters the Arena metagame really well. And let's do it, man. Unfortunately, we only have 2 card draw mechanics with the Acolyte of Pain and the Loot Hoarder. But yeah, this is our deck. So we have Earth Shock, Forked Lightning, 3 Lightning Bolts, Voodoo Doctor, Bloodsail Raider, Direwolf Alpha, Loot Hoarder, Mad Bomber, Youthful Brew, 2 Hexes, 2 Lightning Storm, Acolyte of Pain, Blood Knight, 2 Earthen Rings, Razor Fen, Unbound, Dark Iron, Spellbreaker, Twilight, Violet Teacher, Doomhammer, Silverhand Knight, Boulderfist Ogre, and Fire Elemental. This seems like a pretty good deck. I think we should be able to get, once again, 6 or 7 wins with it. With the 3 Lightning Bolts and the 2 Unbound Elementals, I see some potential to possibly get 9 wins with it, especially if we hit some really nice Blood Knights or combo the Violet Teacher with some spells. We have some pretty good synergy in this deck. Yeah, definitely. You know what, let's go ahead and play the first game, too. And that's what I'll do in the series from now on. I will include the first game. Well, actually, hold on, no. I will not, because a lot of people actually would have tuned out by now, by the time I started reviewing the deck. So I will upload the first game tomorrow. I want to make sure that no one misses it. I know a lot of people don't watch to the end of the video. So anyways, let me tab out here. Thank you guys so much again for watching. I appreciate all of you guys. If you're new to the channel, hopefully you will like this video and subscribe. Yeah, and welcome to Apple Core, all of you new viewers. I think XSplit might have bugged out on me again, but anyways, I'll edit this out. Thank you guys for watching Apple Core, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.